Scotty with Scotty Ball Trades, and today I'm going to show you how to install a shelving system. This is the Rubbermaid FastTrack system, and we used to have a wine rack right here that we took out. Needed some more usable space in this kitchen, so that came out, and we're going to put this shelving system in. What I like about these, typically you see these in garage installations where you've got lots of weight. You've got the upright, 2 channels that you can put your bracket into. So this is your upright, this is your bracket. These come in multiple sizes, but the cool thing is they'll hold like 300 pounds. They go in really easily. The weight holds them in place. You can put your piece of wood on there. They recommend it 24 inches in between each upright. You can screw in from underneath, hold your wood right to that, so there's no chance of it sliding off. Other systems will have a lip that are similar, where the lip sticks out right there, and the shelf can kind of wiggle in there, and there's no way to secure it. So these are really nice. They come in different lengths. This is the 70-inch. In today's application, I'm going to actually cut this in half. I've got 38 inches from the bottom to the top. So if I cut this in half at 35, I'll set it right in place here, screw it in, so I'll have it doubly secured by the bottom holding it in place, and I'll have the studs hold it in place as well. Okay, our tools that we use in this installation, we've got our stud finder to find the studs in the wall, pencil to mark our lines. We had a level to make sure that our lines were nice and straight. We also had a level to level the shelf. We used our drill to pre-drill our holes, and then to attach it, I used the hacksaw to cut my upright. Used a couple clamps to secure the shelf when I was cutting it. My speed square to measure and make sure I had a straight line. And used my skill saw to cut my shelves. But you're going to push the side of it, and it's going to kind of go through its ready sequence. It goes back to a blank screen. Then I move it to the right, and then you start seeing the pieces come together, the LEDs, and then once you hit the edge of the stud, you go ahead and mark it, then you keep dragging it through, then it goes away, then you come in from the other side, and you get the other end of the stud. Once I get my center point, I'm going to go ahead and use my level, draw my line all the way down, and then it's a good idea, you do your top, you do your bottom, draw your line, and just double check to make sure your line is actually lining up with your marks at the bottom. Next step, after I've got the center points on my studs located, I'm going to go ahead and place my bracket into place where I want it. Then I'm going to look through the holes and line that up to make sure everything is nice and straight. And then just to make sure I've got it lined up, I'm going to use my level, put it on there to make sure it looks like it's good. Mark my holes. That one goes through. That one's good. And now I'm going to do the same thing to the other side. Okay, now I'm going to drill some pilot holes for our screws. It's really important to make sure that your pilot hole is going to be smaller than the threads of your fastener that you're going to attach the rack with. If it's too big, you're going to drill right through the stud. Your screw won't be able to hold it in. When you drill your hole, make sure you have your drill as level as possible. You don't want it to go into the left or the right, up or down. So just get that in there nice and level. Look at it a couple different ways. And then you're going to slowly drill. And you notice I've got my spacings a little bit off here and here, but that's because I'm trying to hit the stud here and hit the stud here. If you were sure you didn't have any electrical behind, and you wanted to make you wanted to hang this anywhere, you could definitely have it spaced out evenly where it would look the best, like that. That would definitely work and look probably better. But I'm hitting the stud, so this is going to be moved over just a hair. And again, if you don't have a stud, you can always use a toggle bolt, or some other fastener that would give you 50 pounds per screw into the drywall. That's really important when you're choosing your screw or fastener in this case. I'm using one that's flat, so it just gives it a lower profile. But also you want to make sure that it's not going to be so small where it could possibly pull through. We're going to stop just short of getting it fully in there, just to make sure if we need to move this and wiggle it around, we can make it work. And it's a good idea before you finally secure the bottom portion that you just double check with your level one more time. So that seems pretty good. Yeah, and that's perfect. Turn my clutch down. Turn it up. And a little bit more. That's perfect right there. There we go. Put the center one in 2 would hold this just fine. All the weight is mainly supported on the bottom, but it's got 3 holes, so might as well throw one in. Perfect. Go ahead and do my first test fit. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That sounds like good. Gotta give it a little squeeze. Push it in there, there we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I've tried to eyeball it before and gotten it off. And there we go. Okay, now we're gonna get our shelves measured. So I'm just gonna run the tape across. Looks like 22 3/4 will be really tight. So I'll try that first, and if that's too tight, I can just take a little bit off and no, I'm not gonna be too short, so. Okay, now it's cut. I did the test fit. It looks like it fits perfect. So I'm gonna cut the rest of those and install it. Yeah. Okay, mission accomplished. We took our wine rack, removed it, painted it, and then we got a nice shelving rack system. So I think that's gonna work out pretty well. If you have any questions or comments, please place those below, and have a good day.